Hello, I'm Jonasz Rewinski and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We've got you covered. Overnight, Russian forces launched new attacks on Ukraine's Sumy region, with a drone strike knocking out power in parts of the city. City authorities say that the power outage has also disrupted the water supply infrastructure, forcing critical facilities to switch to backup generators. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian National Guard reports that a Russian missile strike on a training ground in the Sumy region killed 6 people and wounded more than 10 others. The strike reportedly occurred during scheduled shooting exercises. Russian drone strikes also hit the Ukrainian capital overnight. In the Kiev region, debris from a downed drone struck a residential building, wounding 2 civilians. Meanwhile, inside Russia, several regional governors reported Ukrainian drone attacks during the night. In the Oryol region, local officials said that no damage was reported. However, Telegram channels are suggesting that drones struck the town of Bolkhov. According to Ukrainian sources, the likely target was a semiconductor plant located in the area. Now, on the front line, fighting is ramping up near Pokrovsk. Ukrainian military officials say that Russian troops are attempting to encircle the city from the western flank. Tactical gains have reportedly been made as Russian forces focus not on a direct breakthrough toward the city of Dnipro, but rather on isolating Pokrovsk in preparation for a full assault. Now, returning to the Middle East for a moment, Palestinian health officials say that Israeli airstrikes killed at least 85 people overnight and into Thursday across the Gaza Strip. That brings the total death toll to nearly 600 since Israel ended a temporary ceasefire earlier this week, a truce that had facilitated the release of hostages and brought relative calm since late January. In response, the terrorist group Hamas launched 3 rockets towards Israel, the first such attack since the ceasefire has collapsed. No injuries or damage have been reported. By now, we've become used to how easy it is to get information online or how fast we can communicate with one another. But have you ever wondered about the effort that soldiers on the front line have to put in to simply write a message, let alone upload all that combat footage online? Well, it's time for our opening clip. And today, the clip in question will be an excerpt from the documentary called Volat, Life at Zero, dedicated to Belarusian volunteer Paweł Suslov, who fought in the Russian-Ukrainian war since 2016 and died on the 16th of May 2022 when he stepped on a landmine during the liberation of a Ukrainian village from Russian occupiers.
Закончив здесь, я отправился на другую позицию, чтобы поискать интернет там. И мне наконец-то повезло. А есть у вас какой-то интернет?
Ну, можно. Есть. Попробовать. Попробовать можно?
Ну, давайте было бы. Мне хотя бы подруге отписаться, что я живой, а то я ей сказал, что...
Скотч я сделаю.
Так вот.
Дай телефон сюда.
Может, тут...
Давайте, пацаны.
Ну, если получится.
Ну, я надеюсь. Так, что мне надо дать? Все, просто телефон?
Включить интернет. Включайте.
Все. Ну, здесь вообще...
Ну, и отписаться, само собой.
От всех пабликов.
Включил интернет, да?
Да. И типа могут сообщения поприходить, да?
Ну, конечно. Ну, как могут?
А потом типа напишешь свое и точно так же поднимаешь? Да. Охренеть, круто, если это сработает, это просто будет бинго. Я буду в шоке. Давай, кончикай. Способ выходить на связь с внешним миром найден. Я поблагодарил парней и отправился на свою позицию. По дороге решил проверить новые знания и забрался на крышу дома, чтобы словить интернет. Добыча интернета. Вот так вот мы добываем интернет. Сейчас, надеюсь, начнут приходить сообщения. Вот там вон распи***чный туалет сзади меня. Видите, где поваленные деревья. Вот железка. Так. проверим сообщение.
Now, we're going to move on to our next story, which basically involves footage of what's been called the drift of the year, captured in the Kupiansk sector. Now, what happened was this. During a combat mission, a Max Pro MRAP, which is a type of armored vehicle in service with the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine, came under Russian fire. And it was a direct hit. One wheel was torn right off, and the fragments pierced the hull of the vehicle. But this did not stop the driver. Oh no. On 3 wheels, literally sliding through craters, the soldier managed to get the vehicle out of the line of fire, maneuvering between obstacles, cutting corners both on the battlefield and on the edge of what is actually possible. And despite the severe damage, the MRAP covered several more kilometers and brought all the soldiers to a safe zone. This wasn't just an example of professionalism, but also of combat intuition, coolness under fire, and, naturally, true courage. The Defense Intelligence of Ukraine confirmed that thanks to the driver's lightning-fast reaction, it was possible to avoid losses and save the lives of all his comrades. Now, we close off today's episode with a clip showing a drone defeating a machine gun emplacement. This time, the 98th Airborne Division of the Russian Armed Forces, which is commonly referred to in Russia as an elite unit, has once again, quote-unquote, distinguished itself on the front line. Now, it seems that the main elite characteristic is their escape capability. In the video, you will see 9 Russian paratroopers move to a new position, take cover and aim their weapons, ready to be heroes. But then a Ukrainian FPV appears in the sky, flying alone, without infantry support or tank cover. The hit was not direct, but it hit the morale of the troops, and after a few seconds of chaos, a spectacle more reminiscent of a sports competition began. 9 armed Russians instantly abandoned their position, began running in panic across the open field. Without a coach, the ranks chaotic, but, we'll have to agree, with remarkable speed.
Блядь, ну посмотри. Уточни, он казав за люстру. О, хорош, как это красиво. Вообще. Это то, что все, красавчик, плюс. Это красиво. Алло.
Куда они бегут? На Волгу?
Пусть кто-то их ведет.
Их оттеснили, получается, они границу шли.
Они пытались, проходили, мы прорабатывали. FPV прорабатывали. Просто нашли.
Так, блядь, убейте всем, чем только можно. Что вы так спокойно реагируете, блядь? Мораль называется, когда они вот так вот бегут.
And with this, we conclude this edition of Military Mind. Please stay with us here on TVP World for more latest news and updates.